All right, we've managed to stabilize the situation a little bit, or right now it's looking pretty okay with all our resources on the top, looking good, at least in the main settlement. And in our oil factory, let's say, since we moved a bunch of people here, we are lacking some resources. So we're going to have to send to balance things out. First off, there's food. More food here. And materials. As much as we can send. And still not enough. That's a bit of an issue. And goods, let's have it like this. I wonder if we can mine more materials in our dreadnought place. I don't think we can. We don't have the capacity to send this much, do we? Over trails capacity, maybe skyways. Let's see what. This is as much as we can send. This is unfortunate. Can we build anything else here to improve our conditions? First, we need some more room for people. Let's see if we can expand. We'll have to frost break. And I don't think there's anything we can do about the goods so far. Perhaps better trails in the future, or sky trails. We also know that constructing the advanced pump jack gives us more oil, but we need cores for that, and we'll get some cores from the Frostland depending on how our expeditions go and what they discover. But first off, we gotta expand this district. This one is full. Let's see if the sound is a bit better now. And let's expand this. I think we'll need I think we'll need another housing district though. Small one. Not just the expansion. Let's see what this is about. Stalwart successfully researched pyrochemical oil extractor. New building unlocked pyrochemical oil extractor. Steward, the Stalwarts have extended their activities to a new district. They have erected a stage and now hold periodic rallies there as well. During the most recent event, they announced a new idea regarding pyrochemical oil extractor. They present the result of their private study, pyrochemical oil extractor, to the city. We've done the work. All the steward has to do is put it to a vote. They call on you to pledge your support for their law. New building unlocked. Pyrochemical. 1000 workforce requirement, 750 oil output. We're we're going to try and build it. Hopefully we get the materials in time, not from here where we have limited materials. First off, let's expand so the people have shelter. And we have to grant agenda on the pilgrims. Which one? Pilgrims.
Stewart.
That's already fixed on the current council. Okay. Worker shifts, weather adjusted shifts.
The votes are in. The measure fails.
Pilgrims.
Stewart.
Do you hear us, Stewart?
Grant agenda. All right. The pyrochemical in the extraction. Requires a lot of materials. 1000 workforce, 500 heat stamps. It will be a while to get that. Total demand. Oh, let's make materials here. Nope. Things breaking down. This is making goods. It's not on emergency shifts. Housing is good, everything is good. Building a pet cat. You set the city on the course towards the progress cornerstone. Did I? I guess I did. We're on surplus heat. I would rather stockpile some oil. Surplus injectors active, but if you turn this off, now we get more oil. Our production stays the same. It goes down.
Alert is in effect. Please limit your time outdoors.
All Dreadnought doing emergency shifts perhaps is not that necessary. Let's leave it a bit and on research, let's see if anybody wants to research something useful. Pass.
Hear us. Stewart.
Do you hear us, Stewart?
Frontlanders negotiate and promise to pass Pathfinder scouts, to pass expedition, to support, to pass durable goods. Let's see here.
Stewart.
No.
Stewart.
I'm looking for research. To build, to pass. Build automated workforce factory. Okay. For now, since we're we can't send enough resources from our dreadnought. Let's see if these skyways make a difference. to gather workforce for the pyrochemical oil, so we are going to have to wait on that. 1000 workforce is a lot. Just wait on that. And this does prefabs, and let's check out our teams. What have you discovered? Shipping material to New London. Old Dreadnought. Because we wanted materials there. And will be held into, okay. Since we're researching the skyways, let's wait on building the trail for a little bit. A tanker filled with oil hangs in a narrow crevice. It will be dangerous to extract without specialized equipment. Let's send. Silent vigil, nomads. Amidst the icy desolation, a circle of nomad elders stands frozen, their bodies intertwined in a final embrace. Their united resolve is evident as they face their fate together, their eyes fixed upon the distant sea. Bury them in New London. Relations improved. Deliver them to the nomads. Let's let them standing because we might have some issue with the nomads later. Under the snow lies a convoy of automatons with imperial livery and tarnished silver hulls. The machines seem to have come from the Ashtop Mountains. The scouts manage to decipher their last instructions. If no one arrives, seek survivors. Our scouts are confident they could repair the automatons to work in New London. Otherwise, we could repurpose the automaton's core. This machine will perform useful labor in New London. 300 prefabs. Okay. We'll need cores. We will need cores, as I saw from the research. A lot of cores. Hopefully not just now. This repairing thing is becoming a nuisance. When the automatons will get here, we'll have a bump in workforce. That should be good. Let's see about the mandatory unions.
The votes are in. The measure passes.
Promoting equality.
Steward.
25, 26, 24.
Attention, citizens. A
Steward.
new law is in effect.
So next one is the Frostlanders. Let's see. Leonard Sutton, the city has made steps towards the progress cornerstone. Great, let's progress. The rallies.
Steward. Do you
Stalwarts rallies expand. Stalwarts. Steward, empowered by your support, the Stalwarts have extended their activities to a new district. Their members can be seen on every corner and now hold periodic rallies near the district's main hub as well. They ask again what they should focus on next step supporting the city. We were a bit low on hit stamps and workforce is incoming. So let's do that. We need 500 for that building. What's this? New Frostland upgrade proposed by Frostlanders. Skyways. Let's see if anyone wants to. Nope. 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 Pilgrims negotiations. Pilgrims promise. Nope. I'm looking to see if they want anything researched. We've got the skyways. Let's see if we can actually make a skyway. There was something over here. This. Connect trails. Can we do skyway? Seems to cost the same. Let's see in the old dreadnought how things are looking. They should be having more materials. Goods limited still. We need to build here housing district. A bit too big if you ask me. For 20 shelters. 20 shelter and they need goods. Do you have any place on the map that gives goods? Coal. We are already sending this. No. What's up with you? Okay, send to all dreadnought, even better, and then we can reduce the amount of food we're sending ourselves. Sounds like an idea. So food. Leave it like this. And materials and extra goods. And we're sending as much oil as we can. Oh, over the trails capacity, what do you want? Cancel. It might already include the things that are sent from the outposts. So far so good. Let's have it balanced like that. We're sending the maximum amount of oil. I don't know where this is getting stored. That should be fine. So in New London, since we are having oil, and we will want to do those buildings. So first, the pyrochemical oil extractor, which goes here, I believe, where you can actually have oil. And we need to send workforce here again. So 800 workforce at least. And we can stockpile 110k here. We're sending the workforce, and we'll want to have a hub. We also have the one from the Frostland teams, which was somewhere around here. Not this. Outpost 110 Frostland teams. Let's start this. And now we have more more capacity for storage at the price of 10 Frostland teams. Squalor. Pilgrims suggest action. Stuart, we're struggling with Squalor. A group of pilgrims have come forward with an idea on how to solve it. We should research Moss filtration tower. Let us pursue it and the city will benefit. The pilgrims look with distrust at what other communities propose. They would surely appreciate you getting behind their idea. Moss filtration tower. Perfect. Investigate the solution. Let's see. Resources. Filtration towers. Moss filtration tower. Structure that circulates the ambient air through natural moss that absorbs and filters impurities. We'll do that. Okay. Lots of population. We're waiting on these people. We will need to build even more housing here and expand this. Okay, let's see. Build. Extraction pyrochemical. Here or here. Anywhere we want. Right, that's done, and we will need more housing for the people that just moved in. Wait, don't have enough people to frost break. Let's reduce. Okay, and now we can frost break. Any specially heated up zones? Nope. frost break. Stalwart's demands met. Okay. And can we expand any of these? Yes. And go on expand. Automaton forces damaging my stuff. Minus 16. Still need to expand. And let's frost break while we're at it. Might need a hub for oil, but we don't have the people here. Let's get back here.
Please dispatch gift boxes to the steward by post to avoid unnecessary.
Dreams of utopia. Stuart, to the delight of the stalwarts, our city is now firmly embracing progress and appears to be on the path to making progress a cornerstone of our society. We must ensure that our city never aligns with adaptation, declared a member of the stalwarts. We need to fully embrace progress. All adaptation laws and buildings will increase tension as long as progress is high. Stalwarts' fervor is increased. Oh, that's not good news. That's not good news. Everybody's happy, but there's tension. What do you guys? Worker adjusted shifts. Vote if you want. Weather adjusted shifts.
The proposed law has been approved.
Promoting adaptation. Shunning progress. Hungry for more mandatory unions. Stuart, all unions have gathered in a congress to celebrate social progress and coordinate their efforts. Word is they intend to demand more rations for workers as compensation. With the entire city's means of production at their hands, openly opposing the idea would no doubt result in a massive strike. However, if the tattered look of some of their leaders is any indication, it seems they are in dire need of funding. Perhaps if we are to make substantial donations to their leaders, they could be persuaded to drop the extra ration affair. What do you say? Let the workers have more rations. Mandatory unions increase food demand. Bribe their leaders. 200 hit stamps. Ooh, that's a big bribe, but it's a one-time thing. No more hit stamps. Pilgrims' demands met. The pilgrims are delighted you kept your word. They now look upon your rule with more positively and consider you a leader with integrity. Yes, I am a leader with integrity. Okay, a lot of workforce available. Let's think about what we can do with this. We can't do anything because we don't have hit stamps right now. We're down on food. Why are we down on food? Because we have a lot of people. Yes, okay, got it. We can't expand this. We can't expand this. Time for a new food district as soon as we have 40 hit stamps. Well, we bribed. How is our stockpile? 10k, at least we got a stockpile. Let's build a food district. With the deep fertile soil, a deep melting drill will be necessary. So buildings deep melting drill. We got that sorted out, and you can even expand
Beware of
to get this as
frostbite.
well.
Keep your face and ears covered.
And we're not stockpiling that much oil. I wanna get that up. Yes. Switching this on and off makes our resources go down a lot. Goods and chattels, mandatory unions. Stewart, the city unions are holding a roundtable discussion to find new ways to improve the welfare of workers and their families. An anonymous source privy to these talks informed us that they intend to allocate goods as supplemental compensation for the workers. Proposing to act as facilitator, our source claims that union leaders could be persuaded to drop the idea in exchange for off-the-books funding that they will undoubtedly redistribute to workers. What should we do? Oh, come on, I already spent the money. See, we tried this and we spend the money and still end up with increased goods demand. Let's repair this, and we want more Frostland teams, I do believe. And their shelter is still needed here. And they have too much food. So gotta change the transfers. Food. Stop sending them so much food. The trails capacity thing is an issue. Stockpile full. Stop the overdrive. And can we build a hub? might want one here as well. Guess it doesn't matter where I build here. Okay, hit stamps, no hit stamps. Gotta wait on that. Okay, Frostland teams. Let's see what you got. Let's see where we can explore. You guys. Rows of empty bunkhouses remain from when a community camped here. They have little other traces, certainly nothing of value, but the structures themselves contain some useful components. Salvage what remains. That one we said we wait. Cursed Valley. One expedition there. Shipping 600 units. 250. So I think we'll need a skyway from New London to the old dreadnought. And 50 hit stamps per route segment. Prefabs we have. I have a feeling we're not researching anything. Yes, we are not.
Stuart!
Okay, who wants an agenda? Grand agenda. Let's see the vote here. Radical law on agenda. The current law on the agenda goes beyond what the common citizen finds thinkable. It will be more difficult to pass than others, and once enacted, it will radicalize both for and against faction in your society. New work model, machine attendants. Machine will take over the burden of work from humans. Workplaces will be optimized for machines, with workers relegated to maintenance role. Vote if you wanna vote. Didn't pass yet.
The law is tabled.
Let's see on research. Harvester hangars, freight docks. What does the housing block do? Subsidized housing block constructed in these districts: food extraction, industrial logistics. 50 workforce. Residential tower providing functional shelter with basic amenities to workers and their families, supported by the city. 20 shelter. Alcohol. Workplace control, leisure. Advanced sawmills, factories, advanced foundries. Let's do the fried dogs. Attended fried dog. Attended, automated. Train terminal where mechanized cranes load and unload standardized containers designed to maximize transport capacity. 400 workforce, 600. Cleaning harvester. Let's do this first. Repair, and I guess no more resources. Materials. Where can we get more materials? We have materials here. And we'll need the deep mining. Smear jobs, mandatory unions. Steward, union leaders are spreading rumors about you, claiming that you tried to bribe them. Oh my god. Some factory walls have been defaced with words such as the steward is a fraud, or working man, the steward is not your friend. We've cleaned it up, but there's little more we can do about it at this point except wait. It will blow over eventually. You stopped bribing union leaders. Trust falls. Housing. Most filtration towers. So we have a lot of squalor, and we're going to build this. 400 workforce requirements. 400 workforce. That's a lot. But we have a lot of squalor. Can we build 2 of them? Okay. Let's get back to our oil factory. Materials and goods, as always. Nothing much we can do about that. We're getting this built over here. Where was it? This one. Expanded food, no. Where were you? Extraction district.
Terminal patients are encouraged to maintain.
Go. Promise kept. Your people are delighted you kept your word. They now look upon your rule more positively and consider you a leader with integrity because you reduced the city population size. Okay. Let's
Are you listening?
grant agenda. Extraction district, and let's expand it, make it. Let's expand it and build deep melting drill. Okay, now we need the cores, we really do. We sent a Frostland expedition here. Exploration cost decreased. Let's turn this off. And when we'll have the heat stamps, we'll look into doing the Skyway. Society. Pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceutical testing laboratory. 500 workforce. They need 500 people to do the research. Testing laboratory, pharmaceutical laboratory. 200 hit stamps. Ain't nobody got money. Since stockpile is full over there, we can pause the mine. Where is the mine? Okay. And have more Frostland teams. Familiar herd depleted. No more food from there. Where was Captain's mine? Did they get back? They get back on by themselves? I think so. It was here. Here, old observatory. This towering structure often attracts outcasts and scavengers. Some from them still remain in the site, steadfastly refusing to join the city unless we harness a new fuel source. More people, okay. Research speed. Okay. 50 hit stamps. Let's see if this we can make a skyway. Will it look differently? Okay, that's getting built. And let's see what we have here. Colder season, heat demand is increased. Winterhome has a cursed history. A series of corrupt leaders pushed the city's generator beyond its limits. At last, a competent captain took charge, but by then the generator had been permanently damaged and doomed to explode. The city's people had no choice but to gather all they could to a nearby dreadnought and take their chances in the Frostland. Rumor has it that the ruins still hold valuable resources, but our scouts avoid the site, fearing toxic gases leaking from fissures in the ground and ghosts that wail through the night. Explore the site. We will need to connect a trail and send colonists. Okay. And here, an ancient empty dreadnought hull towers over the flat snow. Our scouts met some people living in shelters on the leeward sides who claim the mighty machine was stripped clean long before they arrived. The people have asked us to take them to New London, if only so they can be further away from the ruins of Winterhome. Everyone who goes there comes back with a cough that only worsens. One of the camp leaders said, "Stay away. Take the Frostlanders in. Come back later, maybe not right now. Maybe not right now. Because we got people joining in and we need to build more housing." is this red? Materials and goods. Okay. Also, we can put this at 100. This one as well. No more food soon. We have a food district with a deep mining drill that we cannot expand. Parenthood, dedicated motherhood. Go ahead and vote.
Hear ye, hear ye.
No.
The proposed law has been rejected.
Let's grant them the agenda.
Steward!
Promise to research empowered management. Let's go. Workplace controlled. Empowered management. Results are paramount in an efficient workplace. We will give managers free rein to deal with the challenges and their workforce as they see fit.
Here, steward! Steward.
Build. We have the people. Build a hub for oil. Perhaps we will need it. Guess doesn't matter where you put it. And
Steward!
stalwarts rallies expand. We need hit stamps. Good for you. The city has made steps towards reason. And we have a lot of Frostland teams sitting around. We will want a skyway from here. And now we can take these in and also explore some more. I wonder where. Let's see what's this. Safe. Back to New London. We're researching what's needed. We need cores. And materials. Do we have people? We have people. We don't have
Stealing
housing.
fuel is a capital offense. Heat theft is murder.
We need a lot more housing, and we will also need extraction. I think we've got almost everything covered. The industrial is seems like we have a lot of industrial districts that all of them are making goods, and it's still not enough. All right. Coal going down, oil going down. Let's see if we can get more oil. I think we're full here. Send more oil. Yes, the skyways. The skyways are working. Star Wars demand met, okay. We need 5 more people for a hub. But these guys are not okay in general with food. Nobody is right now. Well, my question is, once we run out of food or materials in these districts, food remaining, we still have some, but we will be left with only one district making food and one making materials.
Hear us, Stewart.
Stuart, you hear us, Stuart?
Stewart.
Stuart?
Okay, housing. Back to housing. That's one. And we'll need another one. Too many people. Why do we have so many people? Okay, too many people. We have to this. Let's stop this. Too much workforce now. Too little food. Heat stamps, Stuart. We're struggling with heat stamps. A group of pilgrims have come forward with an idea on how to solve it. We should research salvaging factory. Let us pursue it and the city will benefit. Okay, we'll research it. Where are you? Factories. Salvaging factory. Okay, so if it's with 3 lines, I guess it's a skyway. Yeah, here as well. And it's only till here. Let's see if we do from this to this. You can establish a colony here, requires 1 quartz. Scouts report the valley is filled with toxic miasma seeping from chasm in the ground, seemingly made by a huge explosion. In an effort to make the site more hospitable, we could force an avalanche down the valley, covering some of the fissures, but we would bury the technological roots of the city forever. If we want to access the foundations of the destroyed generator and salvage the cores within, we have to demolish the last of the ruins and crack the ground open even more. Once our colonists arrive, we will have to choose. Okay. We have an exploration finishing there. Safe. Let's see here. Finish the exploration. And let's see what we got. Shipwreck camp. A wall of whiskey barrels protects the entrance to this cave. Inside, shackled servants sell anything from stolen jackets to sun drugs. Towards the back of the market, it's where the servants themselves are bought and sold. Our scouts were handed a message to whoever rules New London. I rescued each of my servants from certain death in the plague-ridden bilge of the shipwreck camp. Send us materials to make weapons, and we can expand the shipwreck itself, the Baron. Shut it down. Come back later. To be analyzed. Settlement population approximately 3.5k people. These hard people live in the deep reverence of a natural spring, which they believe can cure any ailment. Their simple hot houses and subterranean housing are barely enough to support their population, so their culture ensures nothing is wasted and no weakness is tolerated. They are skeptical of outsiders, but perhaps we can convince or force them to allow our sick to heal at the natural spring. If we have access and trail to the hot springs, we can reduce disease. So they will give access if we rebuild the loading station at High Pass. Baron's Camp. Hot springs. Many small mounds under a cliff attract our scouts' attention. They discovered hundreds of infant skeletons. A track from the top of the cliff leads to the hot springs. We can only assume they have their reasons for doing this. Perhaps we can offer to take any children to the hot springs. The hot springs cannot support to New London. Offer to take infants, come back later. Even if they are a burden on New London, we will take care of these children. Alright. Okay, so that's it for now. We'll see what more we can do later.